What's up? What's up? I said, what's up?
What it is, man. The fun is under the sun. We back at you, man. Second week, and we doing it even bigger. What's happening, bro? How you been this week, bro?
I've been awesome this week. World, how have y'all been? I know y'all been good. I know you doing even better right now because you are sitting with two of the realest guys you will ever talk to, and you are now tuned in to the hottest talk show,
What?
sweeping the airwaves.
What?
Along sitting next to my boy J Dub,
Go.
Jason Jackson,
AKA.
big, Mr. Go Get It,
AKA.
grind hard, shine
Okay.
hard. It's your boy Chuck Deasy, Chuck Dedrick in the house, and this is Real Talk Sports.
And that's what it is.
We got another great show lined up for you guys today. It's officially college football kickoff weekend.
Yes, sir.
It's officially main season again.
Boy, hey, don't you feel like grown? Don't you just want to just hold on to your man section right now? Just embrace your manhood right now.
I don't know where you're going with that.
And I'm going where I want to go with it. I'm going to tell you, don't you want to just hold on to your man season and say, congratulations, this is the season to let you know that, hey, even though the white, forget the honeydew list, forget all that. It's man season.
So women, I hope y'all got all the good quality time that you guys wanted to get because
We'll see you in February.
pretty much. Also, today was the final day for the rosters to be trimmed down to 53 players in the NFL. So we got some interesting developments
We're going there.
to talk about there.
We're going there.
Yes, we going there.
Let's go there.
It's important football news. And also, earlier this week, we got the news that Goodell got crap-faced in
Oh,
court.
hell, we really going there?
So we have to talk about that. But first, I know we said we was going to go Brady versus Goodell first.
Right.
But, bro, I got something on my heart, something on my soul that I got to talk about.
Speak on it.
They cut my dude Tebow, dog.
Oh, we going to go there off the top.
Tebow, no.
We going there off the top.
My dog, so I got the first.
Ah.
I got to pour out a little liquor for my homeboy Tim Tebow.
Man.
You just don't know, man. I was praying for him. He was my homeboy. He was my
Hey,
dog.
real
I've been
talk.
riding with him since Florida days.
Real talk. Name of the show. Shameless plug. Anyway, I was kind of hoping for Tebow this time. I really was.
I'm just saying, bro, it really hurt me to my soul. I really miss my home. You know you're going away.
I was hoping for Tebow this time. I really was. I'm going to tell you why. Because, I mean, the man, he is devout. He really wants to be a NFL quarterback. But, and just like most black women that I know, there's always a big but. He should just come to the knowledge to where Shannon Sharp said it very well this week. Not everybody's career in NFL dream is 18 to 20 years. Maybe his dream was only 3 years. Maybe it was only 3 years. I mean, not everybody has a Peyton Manning, Tom Brady type of career at quarterback.
At the end of the day, I went back and I looked at some of his footage from a couple years ago, and I looked at some of his footage from this preseason. I watched every preseason game the Eagles played this year.
Right.
They looked awesome.
Right.
When he came in,
Garbage.
not garbage,
Trash.
but he didn't really look much different.
He didn't look like an NFL quarterback.
He didn't have.
I know you're an
all
Eagles
in the
fan,
motion,
bro. I know
it's all in the motion.
I know you're an Eagles fan, but I just want to hear you to say this one time he did not look like an NFL quarterback. Just say it for me one time.
I'm not gonna say that because I know some NFL quarterbacks that can play, or that he actually looks better than. But
Like who?
But having said all that, if I stand him and RG3 up next to each other, RG3 would kick his butt 10 times out of 10 and twice on
And
Sunday.
where's the RG3 at right
Exactly. And RG3 is getting blacklisted right now. So with that being
Wow,
said,
blacklisted. That's kind of harsh.
it's also kind of true. I do not mince words, people.
I never said that it was not true. I just said harsh.
It is what it is, and at least they kept him on the roster, which is very interesting.
I want to go. I want to go into the whole RG3 thing. RG3 is going to be the highest paid backup that I have ever seen in NFL history. This man is set to make 16. Let me say it again. $16 million next year. If they keep him as a backup next year, he's going to be the highest paid NFL backup I have ever seen in history. What are your thoughts on that?
But here's the interesting thing.
Listen.
His salary is only guaranteed if he gets hurt.
I have never heard. What's up with that?
He know he had.
Your salary is only guaranteed if you get hurt, not if you don't get hurt. If you actually get hurt, what's up with that?
When they did that contract, which was very good for RG3, by the way, they knew that RG3's knees were click-clacking like a 64 Pinto. They knew that he only had one good wheel, and he was one big leg injury away from being exactly where he is right now.
So you pay him for that?
At the time when he came out of Baylor, he had one ACL tear, and he had just won the Heisman.
Right.
You saw the upside. You see the potential. That's what we draft. We draft potential.
True.
Right? So, and they got one good year out of it, so that's good. But if RG3 can't start right now in this league, I don't see how Tim Tebow can have a spot right now.
Here's my perspective on that whole thing. You sit up here and say that we're going to pay you $16 million if you just so happen to get hurt. But we're going to give you your regular $850,000 a year or whatever it may be. I'm just taking a stab in the dark, people. I am not a statistician. We got a guy for that. I am not that guy. But basically, you're saying we're going to pay you under $1 million if you don't get hurt. But if you get hurt, we're going to pay you $15 million. Please explain to me how that makes sense.
All I got to say, I hope that his agent gets very good Christmas presents.
Christmas present. Please make that man Thanksgiving dinner. Please. I'm telling you, that man right there, you need to hook him up with a hooker every week.
Whoa.
I went there.
I cannot condone said actions, but he does need to hook up.
He needs a hookup and a half. He needs to be the happiest man. He needs to be the Disneyland of men. He needs to be the happiest man on earth. Point blank, period. You got a contract to where your client gets more money if he gets hurt than he does when he doesn't.
But that's only because they're probably going to cut him.
If they were going to cut him, they would have cut him this week.
Not necessarily.
They making him the backup. They making him the most profitable backup in NFL history. If they were going to cut that man, this would have been the week to cut him. Why wait? I mean, what are you waiting on?
What other alternatives do they have?
Find one that is not costing you $15 million next year.
Like I said, it's not guaranteed. He's probably going to get cut next season.
That's next season. Cut him now.
Or
it's like that one girlfriend you got. She's good. She's okay. But you know you're not going to be with her. Why wait? Break up with her now.
But why break up with her now when you can send over that old homeboy and he give you something back for it in return? He's good. He's still good trade bait. He can still.
They got a name for girls like that.
They can still get something for that. Moving on into other NFL news. One of my favorite wide receivers in the league, Mr. Reliable himself, Reggie Wayne, also got cut today.
Are we going there?
We are going there. We got to go there. We got to go there. Reggie Wayne.
No. If we're going to say it, let's say it right. Did he get cut or Okay,
He got cut,
but
but
he asked to be cut. He didn't get cut because of his lack of performance. He didn't get cut because there's somebody better. He asked to be cut. One of those situations that make you say 3, 2, 1.
What is going on there? That's right. You heard it right. He asked to get the axe. He asked to be released. So, inquiring minds want to know.
Why would he ask to be cut from the defending Super Bowl champion?
Maybe they were gonna make him a backup.
Maybe they weren't going to play him at all.
Why would you not play Reggie Wayne?
Why
Like
would-
if Reggie Wayne can play, Reggie Wayne is out there on that field, especially when your number one option outside of him, at least in the wide receiver space,
Right.
is Julian Edelman.
I mean, let's cut through red tape. You know you got Gronk. Gronk is the most dominating force on offense in the league. I mean, I'm not even gonna say at his position. I'm gonna say on offense. He's the most dominating guy in the league. Grunk's what? 6'5", 250, 260. And he's faster than anybody that could possibly play his position that ain't named LeBron James.
I will go out and I will say it, and it's not really going out on much of a limb. It's just a fact. Outside of J.J. Watt, he's the most dominant player at his position in the entire NFL, and it's not even close.
Boy, you dove way out there into the kiddie pool with that one.
I like to make a little splash every now and then.
That's not even a splash. It's like a drop of water. I can get like a little teardrop, put it on there. Anyway.
Well, it's summertime and it's hot, dang it. It's hard to find water. It's hard to find water.
If you are anywhere beside the South, consider yourself lucky. We're going a little off subject here. It is still hot. It is September. It is still hot in the South. Screw that. We're going anywhere right now that is not in the South. The South is still hot. But back to the subject. Gronk, yeah, definitely is. But I'm looking at it like this. If I got Gronk and I ain't got nobody else, I can double or triple team him.
Hold on. I just found out, breaking news, dun, 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 dun,
Get him.
Brandon LaFell, who's arguably their second best receiver, right?
Uh-huh.
Just got put on the physically unable to perform list.
Which further makes me wonder, why would Reggie Wayne want to be cut? That right there to me is not a thing of, okay, like I said earlier, it's not that you're not good enough. It's the fact to where I don't think he really got along with the front office or coaching.
And that's saying something because Reggie Wayne has never, ever had any run-ins.
He's the ultimate professional.
Right. He comes to work. He does his job. He's a likable guy. He doesn't get in trouble off the field.
Right.
Doesn't get in a whole lot of trouble on the field.
And it's not saying something
there.
about a guy that's been in the league 2 or 3 years. This man's 36. Reggie Wayne is what? 13, 14 years strong? At least?
Right. And all he does is just go out there and get you 1,300 yards a season.
Every year.
That's pretty much it.
Guaranteed.
So, for you, either they're really, really confident in Mr. Such and Such,
who that
and
is?
wide receiver no name.
Yeah.
I honestly can't name 3 other receivers that they have.
You name me 2 and I'll be good. That name ain't Julian Edelman.
You can't even, you don't even know his name.
Yeah, he close enough. That guy.
They either got to be really, really confident in those guys, or Reggie Wayne didn't fit their system. How does Reggie Wayne not fit your system?
How, even if Reggie Wayne doesn't fit your system, why is it that he's asking for the release? Not a trade. He's asking to be released.
At the end of the day, it's still the Patriots and it's still Bill Belichick. So I know he's got some kind of master plan at work.
That's going to get him at least 12 wins.
But from the outside looking in, it seems a little bit fishy to me.
Right.
But while we're on the Patriots,
let's go there.
Your boy Brady.
We're going there. Are we going there?
The
Are we going
the
there?
judge in the second district court in New York,
Somewhere around there.
somewhere in New York, overturned Goodell's 4-game suspension for Tom Brady.
Not reduced.
Tom Brady is a free man. Free Tom Brady.
Not reduced. Not cut.
reduced.
Not kind of chopped down a little bit. Overturned. No. For our listening viewers, I mean, my brother, he's the statistician of all this. Would you please tell me what the reason was for overturning this verdict? I'm listening.
Because his name is Tom Brady.
Besides that, I'll let you know. This is what was said. Because Tom Brady wasn't informed of what his suspension could have been if this would have happened. So basically, they were saying that because Tom Brady wasn't informed that he could have got a 4-game suspension, which is the equivalent of performing enhancing drugs, since he wasn't told that this could be his suspension, we're not giving him anything. WTF is all I gotta say on that.
Crickets. I got nothing. Like,
Really?
so you have to tell people now,
That there's a
If you-
chance that you may get 4 games.
if you don't cooperate,
I mean, I honestly was looking for them to say that, hey, let me put this the right way. I was looking for them to say that lack of evidence.
nope, they didn't go there.
Maybe he wouldn't, it wasn't in the cards for him to have that. But this is what they said. It's because he wasn't told that there was a possibility that he could get 4-game suspension for deflating balls. So because he wasn't told that, and the NFL didn't tell him ahead of time, that's why he got off with nothing. Now I think it's some complete BS because he got the Steelers the first game, and I was hoping he was suspended for that. Too soon.
But let's not get it twisted. That's not the only reason. That's a big part of it. But what they said at the end of the day was that there was no precedent for the 4-game suspension that Roger Goodell handed out.
There was no precedent for Ray Rice last year with the domestic violence charge.
Which also got overturned.
But did he not serve the entire rest of the year off?
He didn't have to. Nobody else was going to pick him up. And nobody still has picked him up yet, have they?
But did he not receive a suspension from the NFL?
He did.
So you mean to tell me because there's no precedent for what he did?
But with Ray Rice, there actually was a precedent, and Roger Goodell followed the precedent to the T. 2 games. Public outcry was like, hey, that's crazy, not going to work, try again, Goodell. So he went back, threw the book at him. But here's the thing about that suspension. If Ray Rice, on top of that, and we'll get to that in just a second, but if Ray Rice had appealed the entire suspension, then that would make him look bad. Because with one thing that Ray Rice did have, which is why he served some time and Tom Brady didn't, Ray Rice, there was a smoking gun.
Yeah.
And that smoking gun was that video of him two-piecing his wife.
Right.
Then fiance in the elevator.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty damning evidence.
Yeah. Got him.
And like you
got him.
You see that, and there's what can Ray Rice say? I slipped and my fist accidentally hit her.
It was a mistaken elbow.
Twice. I thought we was playing pinball. Like
the uppercut slipped out.
There's no way that he could get past that. With Brady, and this is what the NFLPA argued, there's no actual hardcore evidence that he actually did anything.
But there's a lot of common sense evidence that he did.
There's a lot of common sense evidence but common sense don't fly in the court of law.
But this court of law right here is not. This is not a DA versus a defense attorney.
It's still federal court. In federal court, you have a burden of proof. Now, the interesting thing here is, I got two things for you.
Okay.
Now, does Roger Goodell have any power left? And we'll answer that in a second. I'll get your take on that in a second.
Boy, you know your boy's gonna eat on that.
And then, what does this particular ruling say about the rest of the rulings that Roger Goodell has handed out that are still being served?
When are we getting on that topic? Because I'm ready to dive in. You
Okay.
just let me know.
So let's go back to the first one.
We're going there now?
Right now.
And let's eat.
How much power do you think Roger Goodell has now?
As long as the NFL owners are backing him as much as he wants.
So, say he decides to suspend somebody 6 games next week for conduct detrimental to the
Who's
league.
gonna stop him?
All they can do is just throw it back and say the Tom Brady rule. Tom Brady has created another damn rule.
And ain't that
Another rule.
You can't tackle nobody at the knees. You can't tackle them high. You got about a 5.5 inch reach to where you can tackle
Tom Brady
somebody.
single-handedly created the tuck rule, the most BS rule in all.
Don't forget,
pro
he created the rule to where you can't hit. You can, but you can't hit below. You can't hit him in the knees. Basically, you can, but you can't. If it's a quarterback, don't do it. If it's anybody else in the league, you can do it.
They ain't keep T. Simmons from drilling Sam Bradford last week. But
It's preseason Sam Bradford.
But I digress. Anyway,
It's preseason Sam Bradford.
Tom Brady's created another rule. Now there's a precedent that anytime somebody feels like their punishment was too harsh, they can just go back and appeal, and there's a good chance he'll get thrown out.
Are you kidding me? Like, really?
Roger Goodell is 0 for his last 5.
Seriously?
5.
So why should we have
5.
any respect? Not as, because I mean, none of us are owners in the league. Why, as your disciplinarian, why should we have any respect for Roger Goodell? Why? Because basically he's a puppet on a string, and we've seen, like you said, he's 0 for his last 5. Who really pulling the strings?
1, 2, 3, 4.
But who's really pulling the strings? The owners.
It's always the owners. And funny we just said because it's the big 5 owners.
Yes.
Well, I would say the big 6, but I don't know if Bob Kraft and Roger Goodell.
Bob Kraft he gonna ride with whoever gonna make him the most money. Let's just be real.
But you still
If Tom Brady making him the most money at the time, he's riding with Tom Brady. If Roger Goodell in the league happens to be making him the most money at the time, he's riding with Roger Goodell.
But even after Bob Kraft, you still got Daniel Snyder. You still got
Daniel Snyder got his own crap going on.
You still got the Rooney family. You still
The
got
best owners in the league. Rooney family, come on. We've only had 3 coaches in the last 60 years. Best owners in the league.
That's just because y'all don't know where to find y'all pizza.
Hey, and how many Super Bowls do we have? Yeah, thought so.
I forgot.
Back on subject.
We ain't got one since 2010.
That's 2010. We ain't worried about that. We'll get one this year. But anyway,
y'all might have you win y'all division this year.
We're gonna win not only the division.
Look, man, I'm sorry you getting me off subject, man. So basically, what we talking about is what kind of power does Roger Goodell have now?
None. 0.
And is this gonna start to be the norm? Because I heard your boy Greg Hardy was talking about taking his back to court.
Why not? I mean, honestly, why not?
It's probably going to get reduced again.
And I mean, why not? Roger Goodell has shown over the last, I'd say, at least 3 seasons that whatever my owners who pulling the string and making me their little B wants me to do, I'm gonna do it because I'm their B,
Odds.
and I'm gonna keep being their B
Odds.
until I can't be their B.
Odds.
And as long as they paying me $40 million, I'm gonna stay being their B.
Odds.
Thank you.
So my thing is, once those owners, once he stops making them money,
He's fired.
Then he's out.
He's fired.
But you also got to think of it from this perspective. Yes, they made a lot of money. Yes, they've suckered everybody into putting football on like 4 or 5 days a week, and the entire
crap out of their players.
The entire public is eating it up. The public's eating it up. They're like, yes, more football, yes.
Yeah.
But
I'm along with the public. I'll be honest with you.
So they've turned this into America's new pastime. It's not baseball anymore.
Baseball ain't been American pastime in the last 20 years. But keep going.
Not 20 years.
20.
I'd say the steroid era was kind of the end of that. Like after Barry Bonds hulked out of his helmet and his head grew like 5 sizes.
And you got to remember how old you are. It has been 20 years.
It has not. Because like 2006, they were still popping.
Dude. What year is it?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Within 10 years. I know how to count. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I'm trying to get somewhere.
Well, let's get there.
You gotta walk with me now.
It's only an hour long show, buddy. Let's get there.
All right, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Watch me work. Listen to me now. Listen to me.
I'm there.
Here we go. They have a collective bargaining agreement coming up again in, I believe, 2020? With all this headbutting that's going on between DeMaurice Smith and
that's
Roger
2020.
Goodell. Hear me out. The owners aren't going to get anything that they want if Roger Goodell is their spokesperson.
That's why you guys just fired him by 2017. You can get you're gonna make all your money off him for the next 2, maybe 3 years. All you gotta do is make sure he's gone within the next 3 years.
Meanwhile, Tom Brady is laughing all the way to the bank. So
exactly.
So how does this change your prediction on the NFL in the AFC East playoff picture? Where do the Patriots? Where do they move to now? Because they were like 10 to 12 to 1 favorites to win the Super Bowl. Now they're like 6 to 1.
How does it change my personal prediction? Mm-hmm. Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
My personal prediction is that Pittsburgh put their ass out in the first game.
Oh, wow.
Pittsburgh ends up entering Tom Brady. Oh, I say prediction. No, that's really just a hope. Honestly and truthfully, my personal prediction is with Tom Brady playing, they are probably going to come out the AFC.
I'm glad you woke up and gave us a real prediction.
They're probably coming out the AFC, honestly.
I still say,
I hate to say it, but they probably are.
They have a much better chance of getting at least a 2 seed now.
They're probably going to be a 1 seed.
They probably will end up a 1 seed. Now,
that right there to me brought them from 10-6 to 13-3. Because, I mean, Tom Brady's worth 3 games by himself.
I still think they were going to end up like 12-4, 11-5, even with Brady missing 4 games.
But Tom Brady, I would have said, I'd have said 11-5. Now I'm looking more 13-3, 14. Even 14-2 is very possible.
I still think that they're going to go 12-4. They're going to win.
Really?
They're going to win the AFC East. Indianapolis is going to get the number 1 seed. It's almost a foregone conclusion in my mind.
I don't see it.
Just because
I don't
look at the divisions.
I agree. I agree.
Rex Ryan is going to get a game from them.
Yes.
Now you telling me you got the AFC South,
right?
Which is like
there's a P word that kind of describes that, but what we won't use that word in the presence of good company.
Because Chuck love the kids.
There you go.
And then you got the AFC East, which is like, get over here.
Right.
So I don't think that you can't really compare that.
I don't see Indy doing it.
Indy's not gonna lose a game in their division.
I think I'm not saying it. I'm gonna tell you why. Do not sleep on Houston defense. Houston defense can win in one game against Indy.
Not against Indy. It can win in a few games.
It can win in one game against Indy. I believe that.
They got the same defense they had last year.
They didn't have Clowney last year.
They won't have Clowney this year.
Clowney will be there this year.
He's gonna hurt his big toe, and he's gonna walk around in a Wayne head boot for about 8 weeks.
If you believe that Sam Bradford gonna make it through the year, I'm gonna say that Jadeveon Clowney will too.
You know what? I give you that. But they still, I think Indianapolis is gonna go 13-3, just because.
No.
Just because on the strength of that division.
11-5 at best.
No.
Yes.
No. They went 11-5 Andrew Luck's first year.
And they'll go 11-5 this year.
No, he has way better weapons.
Don't believe me. Just watch.
So you saying Andre Johnson, Frank Gore, somebody who can actually run through a hole when it opens up.
These guys aren't young guys.
But they haven't fallen off.
One thing about Andre Johnson, he's also injury prone too.
Okay, everybody's injury prone. Everybody's got to worry about the injury bug.
Andre Johnson has been hurt probably the last 2-3 years.
Everybody has to watch out for injury. Tom Brady and them were one torn ACL away from.
Tom Brady though is not injury prone to where he's out. Maybe 8 out of 16 games a year.
All it takes is one right hit, and he's out there.
These guys, be it not Frank Gore necessarily, but Andre Johnson, has proven over the last 3 or 4 years, you might as well mark him down for 5 missed games.
And you got, even if he misses 5 games, you still got T.Y. Hilton, who was his #1 target last year. You still have Kobe. And you think he's going to be any worse this year?
Yeah. I believe so.
Why?
Because, honestly and truthfully, I don't think that they're playing against the same teams that they played last year. When I say that, I mean the same. Of course, they playing against the same representation with it being Jacksonville and freaking Houston and everything. But these guys aren't the same guys that they played last year. Jadeveon Clowney and J.J. Watt on a defensive line, healthy all year, they're going to shut down shop. You're not playing against the same guys.
I guarantee you right now.
That defense right there can win them 3 games.
Goes undefeated in that division. The only way they don't is if they play somebody week 15 or 16 or 17 and they're already resting players.
11-5.
That's it.
11-5.
Moving on to the feature topic of the day. What time is it?
Why the hell would that be the feature topic of the day?
No. So you don't like college football no more?
Oh, I thought we was going Tebow, but let's go feature topic of the day.
No, we didn't talk enough about Tebow. I really miss my homie.
And you've been missing him since he went pro. Even college football, let's go. God, I thought he was going Tim Tebow again.
Can't get the broadside of a born any day.
Man, we not even college football. That's where we're going. Let's go there.
Okay. So this week is college football kickoff week. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna run down the college football top 25 and basically just run them off. See what happened today. Saturday, college football day. So we're gonna talk about what happened there.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go to our I can't call it BCS anymore because it's not BCS, but our college football playoff prediction.
We don't. Even when the BCS was alive, we can leave out the C.
Okay, so let's run down the AP poll top 25.
There we go. Number 1, Ohio State. They hadn't started playing yet. They played Virginia Tech tonight. What are your thoughts? I mean, after watching Ohio State basically underdog last year in the college football playoffs, first ever, and they ended up winning. What are your thoughts about Ohio State? And they have, mind you, they have 2 quarterbacks that can start on any team in the country. And they are undecided as to who will start.
I don't think Urban Meyer's undecided on anything in his life.
No,
Urban
I
Meyer
agree.
Urban Meyer came out the womb knowing
And decided
exactly
that he was going to coach college football
he
out the
knew
womb.
exactly
You're
what
right.
he was going to be wearing the day he came out the womb
I
30
agree.
years from then.
I agree.
Urban Meyer is the most prep coach in college sports that I have ever seen. So there's no way he doesn't know. He doesn't want us to know.
Right.
I don't even think his wife knows who that quarterback is.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows
but
on
him.
this planet but one man who's going to start for Ohio State. And his name is.
Urban Meyer.
You're exactly right.
And
Okay.
they are the most loaded team from top to bottom, the only surefire lock in the playoffs that
Very
I
true.
got.
Very true.
Everybody else has a lot of questions.
Okay.
Moving on.
Number 2. TCU barely, I don't say won. They escaped Minnesota 23-17. TCU to me is probably the most overrated team in the country. And I'll tell you why. Because of where they play. They play in the Big 12. There's nobody in the Big Oklahoma and then who else?
Baylor. Hey, there you go.
Get the hell out of here. Really?
Baylor
is all offense and nothing else.
But you got
We're gonna score. We're gonna score 42 points. And we're gonna make sure that you score 41.
When you have an offense that's that good, you can be our offense. Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl with an offense like that.
They barely, and I'll be honest with you. Shout out to SMU. They honestly hung around with Baylor through the first half. SMU is basically a depleted team to where they don't have anybody that can actually stand the second half. Okay, we're going to stick with you the first half. Now all you got to do is like basketball with SMU. We got enough players that are going to stick with you the first half, but our lineup is so depleted to where in the second or in the third or fourth quarter, we can't hang with you. That's the only reason that SMU got blowed out in the fourth quarter.
It is what it is. But with TCU, you know what's holding them back? And this is the worst thing you can have holding you back. But at the same time,
What's that?
Their quarterback.
Oh, absolutely.
Trevon Boykin, he does not make good decisions with the football. He's like Everett Golson was his rookie
He's
year.
a rushing quarterback, and that's all he is. He's a running back playing quarterback.
He can throw. He can play quarterback. He just doesn't make good decisions.
And when is he going to show that he can play quarterback?
Hopefully this season. Because that's the only.
If he definitely won the first game.
If he played, no, it's not. But that's the first game, and I'll give him that. Now, what I want to see from him is progression from game 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 throughout the college season. See how he matures, see how he adapts, see how much better he gets. But as of right now, he's the only thing that's keeping them away from a playoff spot, and dare I say, a national title. Like if he plays up to his potential, they can win the title. They can win the chip. They can win it all.
And I agree with you. Okay, moving on to number 5, Michigan State. As long as you got Mike D'Antoni as your coach, you have a chance. To me,
they are a stout team on both sides of the ball.
They are even more stout on defense. And one thing about it, defense wins championships.
It does. But I still don't think that I just don't think that the Big Ten.
It's the Big Ten.
I mean, here's
even if you play each other, you playing nobody.
You know, it's like they have Patrick Ewing syndrome. You know what I mean?
We can get you almost there, and once we get there, we ain't got jack.
They just happen to get great at the wrong time.
Right.
They just happen to be really, really good when Ohio State is even better.
And Ewing just happened to be really, really good when Jordan was playing.
Right. Exactly. You smell what I'm stepping in. But in order, see, Baylor and TCU have an advantage over Michigan State, and I'm going to tell you what it is. No championship game, no conference championship game in the Big 12.
And to me, that's stupid. That's stupid.
Well, it's part
I
of that
don't agree with
restructuring
that.
thing. I don't either, because it gives, like I said, it gives them an advantage. It gives them an extra. It gives them an extra week off. It gives them less risk.
And to me, that's what got Ohio State where they
because
got last year.
because what's gonna get we saw last year how they looked at the rankings and determining who got into the playoffs, and they favored those conference championships games immensely.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
favored them. They favored them big time.
But we can't really say that because Ohio State got in.
Michigan State is going to have to beat Ohio State to even sniff that conference championship game. If they lose to Ohio State, which I think they will,
And they will.
they're not getting into the Big Ten title game. If they don't get into the Big Ten title game, they're not getting into the playoff. It's that simple.
No
So they just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Or dare I say right place at the wrong time. But
Exactly.
either way, we both agree it's the wrong time. You just happen to step in Urban Meyer's wheelhouse.
And who got next? After
We didn't even talk about old SEC Alabama. I guess because everybody. Let me give y'all a little bit of background.
Next.
Let me give y'all a little bit of backstory on this. My brother here cannot stand the Alabama Crimson Tide, and maybe it's because we're Arkansas fans.
Next.
But can't stand Alabama. So
they played Wisconsin. The end.
They were last time we checked, they were at 14-7.
And you know we're in the middle of our podcast. We got things to do besides watch Alabama. Next team.
They got a really good front seven though. Their secondary is suspect.
Well, good for them. Next team.
I think they're gonna make it into the playoff, but
ain't a chance in hell. No.
Moving on.
No.
Six.
Auburn to make it into. Hold on, we're not moving on. We gonna stop right here. Now you got me on the Alabama tip. Alabama. What did we say last week? If you do not have a quarterback, you do not have a what? You don't have a team. Alabama does not have a quarterback. Henceforth, they do not have a team. Next team.
They do have a quarterback though. Jake Coker.
Who?
Jake.
Who?
Jameis Winston backup.
Name me five stats from him besides his name. Thank you. Next team.
Moving on, 6 through 10, we got Auburn, Oregon, USC, Georgia, and Florida State. That rounds out the top 10. Who do you like out of those?
Auburn.
Why?
Because they're in the SEC West.
But see, that's why I don't like them. The SEC West, pound for pound,
do
is
not.
the most stacked division in the entire college football FBS.
But do not sleep on this Johnson kid from Auburn. This kid is a beast. Like he's pro ready. He's Nick Marshall with an arm. Gus Malzahn, you know what? Think about what he did with Nick Marshall. Think about what he can do with Nick Marshall with an arm.
And Nick Marshall was garbage as a quarterback.
Thank you.
He was literally.
What is he doing in the pros right now? He's playing cornerback, and he's a return man. Gus Malzahn is the best offensive mind in football. Yeah, that was a shot. Hey, everybody that's listening to this, that was a shot heard around the world. If you listen to the first episode, that was a shot at Chip Kelly from my brother. Love you, bro. Still do. Anyway, Gus Malzahn is the best offensive mind in football. Not pro football, not college football. Offensive mind, he is the best. I think he should be an NFL coach right now.
If he was that good, he had a chip.
Ain't nobody hired him. He got a chip.
If he was that good,
he got a chip.
He would have got that chip when Jameis Winston went out there and basically ramrodded them boys.
Man, and how close was he to the chip then in his first year?
He was all right.
Yeah, he was almost there.
I'll be honest with you, Arkansas should have hired that guy.
Arkansas should, man. We're not gonna go there because it's gonna be a whole bunch of expletives in this whole discussion, and we get talking about Arkansas, Gus Malzahn, and what they should have done. Number 11,
All right, 11 through 15, we got Notre Dame,
Number 12.
Clemson,
Number 13.
UCLA.
Okay, we can talk about them for a minute. UCLA has Jim Moore. Jim Moore is he's underrated as a coach. Notre Dame, we'll go back to number 11. Notre Dame is Notre Dame. They're gonna get there. They're gonna be close. They're just gonna fail. Clemson, same way. They're gonna get there. They're gonna be close. They're probably gonna lose Georgia Tech towards the end of the year, like they do every year, and they ain't gonna get close to the college playoff.
I think Clemson and Notre Dame might be outside the top 25 come championship. Right?
I think Notre Dame for sure. Clemson always seem to stay. They always seem to hang around between number 20 and number 25 at the end of the year.
And then you got your favorite team, LSU Tigers.
Get the hell out of here. Anyway, I happen to be an LSU fan on the premise that they're not playing Arkansas. I would give LSU. They're probably
the only thing I like about them is they got the purple and gold colors. That's it.
I like Leonard Fournette, their running back. Their running back is a true beast. This kid is 6'2" and he's about 230.
He can stop eating donuts.
He got 4.3 speed.
When he's not eating donuts.
If I'm eating donuts and I got 4.4 speed, I'm good. He's good.
I had to get out there and do some testing to figure that out. But
anyway, number 15.
He's probably gonna be a top 10 running back.
He's probably gonna be. He's a Heisman hopeful.
He is.
Number 15.
Arizona State.
Oh my God, number 16.
All right, 16 through 20. I'm gonna rattle them off real quick, and then we go double back because I know, you know what? We're gonna go 16 to 20, and then we're gonna go 21 to 25. Then we're gonna double back because I know there's a couple teams in the teams that we want to talk about. One in particular. Sweet. Mm-hmm. All right, 16 through 20. We got Georgia Tech, Ole Miss.
It's Ole Miss. Keep going.
Arkansas Razorbacks.
We coming back there.
Oklahoma Sooners.
Every year.
We got Wisconsin at number 20. Depending on how this game turns out between them and Alabama, they may not be there next week.
Yeah, that'd be 23 even if they lose.
Stanford at number 21.
Oh, they out of the top 25. They out of there. They lost Northwestern.
And it wasn't that they lost.
They got dominated.
They got manhandled on both sides of the ball.
Are you serious?
This is not the Stanford team that I'm used to seeing.
Ain't your daddy's Stanford team, buddy?
It's not Jim Harbaugh's Stanford team either.
Oh, you went there?
I did.
Man, they were below the belt right in the balls.
One of the things that made Stanford such a great team was that they were built like an SEC team, even though they're not an SEC team.
Now they're built like a Pac-12 team, and they're a Pac-12 team.
But they don't have Pac-12 caliber players.
Not on offense anyway. Their defense is
style, but they got worked by a true freshman.
They did.
They got worked.
Next team.
We got Arizona at 22.
Oh, my God, next team.
Boise State at 23, who's always some kind of way.
Boise State, I don't care who they go. Matter of fact, hold on. We're going to start right there.
Some kind of way.
Boise State is always in there. 25. And they're always going to find a way to beat. They got 10 wins every year. It don't matter. I don't care what conference you decide to throw them at. 10 wins every year. Next team. Boise State's going to do what they do. You can count Boise State in.
They're going to be in the top 25. In 24 and 25, both SEC teams, you got Missouri at 24 and Tennessee at 25.
Watch out for Tennessee. They are underrated. Okay, let's go back. Where we started at 16. Let's go back and speak on a few of them, particularly number 18.
Boy, Brandon Allen looked like a world beater today for them Hogs. Call them Hogs.
Arkansas has the best offensive line in football. Notice what I said. Not in college football. I said Arkansas has the best offensive line in football.
So you say they got a better offensive line than the Dallas Cowboys?
Hell yeah. What do you mean?
That's true, because we ain't giving Dallas no credit over
here. Yes.
Their offensive line could start for more than half of the NFL teams.
Their offensive line accounts for 150 yards a game.
Right now.
Their offensive line, I'll say it again, accounts for 150 to 200 yards a game. And that's just rushing yards. If we wanted to say what they blocked on passing yards, I'd say that offensive line accounted for 300 yards a game. That's just because one thing did you notice about Brandon Alley's jersey? It stayed clean.
Very.
He didn't get hit.
Did not get touched. He stayed upright, and that's a new dimension. There's one thing Brett Bielema was working on, and it makes a ton of sense, especially with Jonathan Williams going down, and he was the senior back. Yeah. Him going down with that injury and being out for the season. More balance. Being able to make them respect you across the entire field. Being able to defend the entire field.
But we also have a true freshman running back, man, Raleigh Williams. Watch out for him.
He's pretty good, and we still have that bad man, Alex Collins.
The boy's a beast.
Who's the only other guy in Arkansas history to rush for 1,000 yards in his first 3 seasons. First 2. Who's the other guy? We got some good trivia going on here.
Darren McFadden.
Man, you good. See, that's why I fooled with you. Big D-Mac himself.
Of course I know. Come on. It's me.
That is true. So, but they looked awesome out there throwing the ball.
They did. They really did.
Like, Brandon Allen had, 3 passing touchdowns in like the first quarter?
At least. Just got one itty bitty problem.
What's that?
Secondary. Big like garbage.
But see, the thing about the secondary is there's 2 things, and we talked about this before when we were going over the topics for today's podcast. There's 2 things. There's a good thing and there's a bad thing about the secondary being suspect. Bad thing is our secondary has kind of been crappy for the last few years now. Mm-hmm. Like, this is a problem we've already known was there.
Like the last 10.
And needs to be addressed.
For like the last 10.
And it doesn't look like it still doesn't look like it has yet.
Right.
The good news is just about every other team in the SEC has the exact same problem.
Exactly.
Everybody has a monster front 7 and the secondary suspect. Alabama secondary suspect. LSU's is suspect. Everybody over there, they're secondary suspect, but they have really good front 7. And the same is true with Arkansas. They can battle with anybody.
Exactly.
Anybody. And Brandon Allen, I never thought I'd say it when they just threw him in there to the Wolves.
Wow.
For his first start.
You got a point.
Remember who was the quarterback when he got put in that first start?
I don't know. That shows you how bad it's been.
Was it Tyler Wilson?
No, Tyler Wilson had graduated. It was, I don't know.
I think it was Tyler Wilson. He got knocked out with a concussion.
Yeah, when he played Bama. Right.
And Brandon Allen jumped in and looked like a deer in the headlights. He looked like he's one of those guys who got on the bus, fell asleep, and ended up accidentally on the wrong side of town. He came out there, took one look at that defense, and was like, "These boys is real. I'm getting up out of here.
I'm out."
And he was tap dancing like the great
Gregory Hines.
Yes, he was.
But now, from the silence, and that's over.
Truth. Now, seeing that transition, that evolution from that to what I saw today.
He's a 5th-year senior.
Oh, my goodness.
He's supposed to be that. He is what he's supposed to be.
But not everybody has that kind of.
He's a freaking 5th-year senior.
All I'm saying is some of the throws that I saw him make today, especially on a couple of those corner routes, and who would have ever thought we'd see Arkansas throwing a swing pass?
Is he pro ready?
Is he pro ready? I don't care.
Is he pro ready?
Is he SEC ready?
Screw that. Is he pro ready? That's his next step. Is he pro ready?
It's the first game, so I can't tell.
No.
But he's making a lot of the progress that he needs to make to get towards that level.
That sounds like spoken from a true agent.
You got to get your money some kind of way. At the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't care whether he's pro ready or not. Brandon Allen, you can go fish for a living. You can go.
That's what Mac Jones doing.
You can go hunt. You can go duck hunt, deer hunt, squirrel hunt. You can go drive taxis.
So why you gotta make us look that country? Because we in Arkansas. You just named all country stuff. What's up?
Man, you step out your backyard and you're in the country.
True.
But either way, I don't care what he does after this year.
Right.
I care about what he can do for this team this year. And
But
this year,
question is, can he do it for this team? They play freaking UTEP.
first rule of college football, you beat who you're supposed to beat. And you beat them bad. And that's
They play UTEP.
They beat him bad, and he looked good doing it.
UTEP, in the words of one of my favorite coaches of all time, they are who we thought they were, but we ain't let them off the hook.
No, we didn't let him off the hook. Not even a little bit.
Next.
Okay, so what I wanted to do is debut a little segment that I like to call Kick It or Pick It. Basically, so you know I love MMA. I'm an MMA guy.
He is.
I like kicking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do is basically we're gonna go through the top 25 teams based on what you know about them and what you've seen today. Do you think they'll make it? Do you think they deserve to be where they were? Or do you think that they probably should be a little bit lower than you think they're a little bit overhyped?
Let's go. Start out.
All right. Ohio State.
Oh, pick it. Definitely.
Pick them. Definitely. TCU.
Kick the hell out of them.
I'm going to pick them for now.
Why?
I'm going to pick them for now because Trayvon Boykin has the potential
to have a good game every so often.
He had the potential to win them a national championship. Alabama.
As long as they got Nick Saban, I got to pick them.
Baylor.
Kick them.
Kick them. Michigan State.
Pick them just because of where they play at. I mean, it's going to be them or Ohio State, one or the other.
Come on. They still way better than a lot of other teams. Pick them. Auburn.
Undecided.
You cannot be undecided.
Auburn, I say pick them. I'm like you with Ohio, with TCU. Pick them for now.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is just first week. I'm not going to hold you to any of these.
Right.
Although we do have this recorded, so I can come back, and I reserve the right.
And throw it in my face.
Right. You know me oh so well. Oregon.
Right now, and because of where they play it, pick them.
I got to pick them. SC.
Kick them, because they always figure out a way to screw stuff up.
Kick them out of here. They coach doesn't even know what day of the week it is right now.
Exactly.
Kick them. Georgia.
Same way of SC. They always figure out a way to screw it up.
I'm going to pick them because of where they play. They play in the East.
But they got to play the West.
They had to play the West a little bit.
They play enough opponents in the West to lose 2 to 3 games this year. So, kick them.
Florida State.
Pick them. They play in the ACC.
Notre Dame, who also plays in the ACC, by the way.
Well, they play a few games in the ACC. 5 games? So, kick them. Because Notre Dame is like the other two. They find a way to lose.
Clemson, I'm kicking them all the way to hell. Get out of here.
I agree. Next.
UCLA, I'm picking them.
Why?
That true freshman quarterback, I saw him today.
You just said 2 words. True freshman.
He's a true freshman.
He's going to screw up.
But he was throwing like he was a true senior.
Well, he just had 1 true game. He's going to screw up. So
a broke clock is right twice a day.
But he plays in the Pac-12, so pick him.
LSU.
Kick him.
I got to kick him too. Arizona State.
Kick him because, there's only 2 people that can win the Pac-12. Basically, it's Stanford, who lost today. Well, I say 3. Stanford, who lost today. USC, who might win it, and UCLA. If it ain't them 3, it ain't happening.
So that leaves them on the outside.
Exactly.
Georgia Tech.
Option team never win their division. Kick them.
Ole Miss.
It's Ole Miss. Enough said. Kick them.
I will pick Ole Miss because that line is whoa.
Defense is great.
That defense.
But the offense is going to find a way to screw it up.
That defense gave me a little bit of a stiffy today, I must say. Cue awkward silence.
Yeah.
Going on. Arkansas.
Pick them.
Enough said. Oklahoma.
Kick them.
I gotta kick them.
No, I can't say that. I'll say pick them because Bob Stoops is about time. It's about that time for him to pull one out of his ass. So, yeah, pick him.
I gotta kick him.
I can trust Bob Stoops.
Wisconsin, I'm going to pick for the long run, but I gotta kick them this week because I don't think they're going to.
I am going to kick them for the long run just by what it's Wisconsin. They're not going to be Ohio State, so I got to kick them. And one loss in that division will cost you any chance of being in the playoffs. If you lose one game, it's over.
Moving on, Stanford.
They're number 21. Let's move to number 22.
Arizona.
23.
Boise State.
They always find a way. Boise State always find a way to get close, but no cigar.
I'm going to pick them for the top 25. I'm going to kick them for ever having a legit shot at getting to a championship.
Won't happen.
Missouri.
25.
Tennessee.
I'm going to actually pick them in the East.
Mm.
I'm picking them to win.
I can't pick them over Georgia. Sorry.
I can.
I can't.
I picked them to win these.
Can't do it.
I can do it.
Okay, so now for our final little bit here on the podcast, we got to do our preseason. Technically, this is not the preseason, but we got to do our playoff picks. Who do you think at the end of the day, when the dust settles, when the smoke clears, when all is said and done, who do you think is going to make it into that all-important top 4 bracket?
Number 1, Ohio State.
Durr.
Number 2, I am going to roll with, I want to say Arkansas so bad, but we got too many weaknesses. I'm going to actually go with Auburn. I've seen their quarterback as a backup come in and throw for 300 yards and a half. I'm going to go with Auburn. Number 3, believe it or not, just because of where they played, USC. Why not?
Really?
Number 4, I think, just because I'm me, I think 2 teams going to come out. I think 2 teams going to come out the SEC West. And you're not going to agree with me on the 14, LSU.
Oh, God.
LSU.
Oh, God. I'm glad we're not doing fantasy.
LSU.
Your bracket would be dead next week.
Number 4.
For my top 4,
Top 4.
I'm going, you already know my first 2. Ohio State and Alabama are locks to me.
I don't think Alabama's a lock.
I think Alabama is a lock to me.
I think Alabama's actually going to lose about 3 games this year, but keep going.
I gotta go Ohio State and Alabama until somebody knocks them off. They're still the best in the SEC.
Yeah. To beat the man, you got to beat the man.
Exactly.
Woo!
Shout out to Ric Flair.
Yeah.
My number 3 team, I know you're going to disagree with me on this one, but I got to say it, TCU.
Hell no, number 4.
I think Trevon Boykin is
not a chance in living hell.
I think he's going to ascend. I think he's finally gonna have his he's gonna have his inner Goku, and he's gonna go Super Saiyan this year.
And he's gonna Super Saiyan his ass right on the bench.
He's gonna take them to the championship.
No, number 4.
Number 4, and it's a tough one for me, but I gotta go Oregon.
The hell is wrong with you?
I gotta go Oregon.
Why?
Their transfer quarterback, and his name escapes me right now, but he's the real deal. He can run that offense.
I know his name. First name is He, and last name Ish.
We're gonna see if you still be saying that when these playoffs come around.
I've seen him. Wasn't impressed.
But that's my top 4. You've heard my boy J Dub's top 4. If you got a different top 4, leave us your comments in the comment
hit
section.
The page. Yeah, we definitely want to hear that.
Please show the page some love. Real Talk, one word, sports on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Real Talk Sports. You can also hit me up on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook,
Look
Charles
out for
Swain
that
Dedrick.
Snapchat coming soon, man. Snapchat page, man. Hey, do your videos. We love the vines and everything, man. We love the love we've been getting. Hey, just show us, man, what you got. Let us know what you think about the whole show and everything, man. If you love it, love it. If you hate it, let us know that too, man. It might be an improvement for us. You never know.
And if they want to hit you on, where can they hit you on social media?
Man, you can hit me on email at Mr. Go Get It 100. Hit me on Facebook. Hit me on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm everywhere the sun be. Come on, man. So we gonna get it how we live. We're gonna live to get it. What's happening?
And that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. And until next week, you've heard J Dub, you've heard Chuck Deasy, and this is Real Talk Sports.
Yeah. Fun is under the sun. What's happening?